Hey, yo, say hello to the bad guy, Scott Hall, and I've got a scoop for you. And we all know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I encourage you to check out this one. It's called Going In Raw. You heard it here first. Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief. What's in the news?
Are we going to keep it brief today or no?
We're going to try to keep it brief today. We'll see.
Right. First up, Raw ratings hit new record, non-holiday low. So going up against
that was good. That was very Mr. What was Kevin Nealon? Subliminal, whatever it was.
Subliminal message guy or something like that.
Whatever that was.
So going up against the what'd your dad call it? The greatest college football game of the century?
Well, he claimed that people were making it out to be the college football game of the century.
Good. It sounds good.
All capitals.
As mentioned earlier, Raw hit a new non-holiday ratings record low, averaging 2.03 million viewers. It's down 15% from last week. The third hour alone drew only about 1.8 million viewers, and that is the third lowest third-hour number ever.
Wow.
Holiday, non-holiday,
whatever.
Ever.
Yeah, it was down 25% from last year's because, of course, the college football game, national game is always on Mondays. Raw's always on Mondays. And so, yeah, it was it's down even from that. But this seemed to be a special college national game.
Well, I mean, if people were calling it the greatest football game of the century.
I don't know how many watched it last year, but this year, over 25 million people.
Yeah, that's huge numbers these days.
That's big deal. That's a lot.
That's huge numbers.
Given all the options out there.
I didn't watch a second of it.
So it'll probably, I watched a little bit of it just because my dad was at my house watching because he's trying to be a cord cutter. He still has cable, but it's like literally, I didn't know they had packages without ESPN. It's like the smallest package possible. It's like just cable access. And I think he only gets it because it's cheaper to get it with that, with his internet than not. So I don't know.
Oh, it's cheaper to do the package deal than just internet alone?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he was like, hey, can I come over to your house and watch it? He thought ESPN Plus had ESPN. I had to explain to him, no, they're not going to give that away for $5 a month.
No.
Anyways, Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
He was that Raw ratings can bounce up next week. That college football game is a big deal.
Yeah.
You can call it non-holiday all you want, but a giant football game like that.
Yeah, it's probably like the second most popular football game of the entire year. Super Bowl.
I just hope it doesn't discourage the good creative we saw last night.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Vince is going to say, oh, no, we got to go back to 30-minute Lana segments.
No, I would hope that they would be understanding in that, well, you're going against, something that literally happens once a year.
Yeah.
The huge college football is probably at worst the third most popular sport in the country behind professional football, maybe basketball.
Right, yeah.
College football is huge.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising to garner a huge number. And, of course, that's going to come at the detriment to anything else remotely sports-like.
Yeah.
Including professional wrestling. Let's move on to this Velveteen Dream story. So he hasn't been around since about mid-October of last year, 2019. And we haven't heard a lot about what's going on with him. We've heard back injury, but not much else. So Dave Meltzer, on a recent episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, said that Velveteen Dream's back injury was, quote, pretty serious, and that there's no timetable for his return. Of course, he's been out of action since the Undisputed Era beat him up on the October 16th, 2019 edition of NXT TV.
Boy, even last year it was $25 million.
Pretty consistent, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
So hopefully it's not like super serious.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's been opportunities that we felt in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
When Kevin Owens, for example, was the War Games guy for Velveteen Dream to return. But obviously, that ain't going to happen anytime soon. That's rough. Back injuries are nothing to play with.
No, they're not. Anything on the spine.
It's been since October, so yeah. Hopefully that'll get fixed up.
I hope so.
But it's a big time. It's a big time for it. I mean, that's one thing though. Like, and this isn't I wouldn't say this is like the only silver lining to being gone that long. Is that when you come back, it's an even bigger deal. Like the longer you've been gone is directly related to how big the response is for your return.
Yep, you got that right.
So yeah, he'll be a big deal when he comes back.
Absolutely. This is a big deal, something that we've been waiting a year for.
This is great.
We're finally going to get Mox versus Josh Barnett. It's supposed to happen last year at Bloodsport. It's going to happen this year at Bloodsport. The only way I'd be more excited for this match if it was Josh Barnett versus Caljack.
Wait, this was on the agenda for last year?
Yeah.
What was Mox's last date at Oh, that's right. Guys, it's been a year since he's been gone. Has it? It's been a year? Or it'll be a year coming up? Wow. That's crazy. So, yeah. That's right. He had the whatever sack in his elbow. Bursa sack.
Yeah, that staph infection in there.
This is great, though.
It's awesome.
Mox versus Barnett. Let's get Caljack at Bloodsport.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
See him throw around some fools. So, yeah, that's a big get for Josh Barnett and his Bloodsport. That's you and I both agree. If we do Mania this year,
oh, that's tops, man.
we're gonna go to that.
Heck yeah.
And if nothing else,
oh, Bloodsport 2 was in September. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 2
Oh,
was
that's
in September.
why. Okay.
It wasn't Mania weekend.
But
did one Mania weekend.
Mox left before Mania, though, didn't he?
No.
Was he at Mania?
I feel like he was. Mania was
it
Mania
the
35.
Summertime? It was I want to say it was June. He showed up at Double or Nothing, and that was May.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like Mania was like one of his last obligations.
Yeah.
Results.
Did he put somebody over at Mania? Or did he just not? He just didn't have him at Mania. They didn't have
They didn't have Mania.
They didn't have Roman at Mania, did they?
No.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting. Good stuff.
But anyway, that's super exciting. I know. I think it was. Because I think they did the first Bloodsport, which was Matt Riddle's Bloodsport. Of course, he signed with NXT, and so Josh Barnett took it over.
Yeah.
And so I think the first one was last year at Mania. The second one was in September in Atlantic City, and now Bloodsport 3 is going down Mania weekend in the Tampa, Florida area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we go, that's top priority for me.
Absolutely.
For shows to go to, because I think that'd be awesome.
I think it'd be rad. Has anybody? Do you know if anybody else has been announced for Bloodsport 3?
I can find out.
While you do that, I'll talk about this new WWE Performance Center class revealed. Of course, whenever they sign up names either off the independent wrestling ranks or from the other worlds of sport or entertainment, in this case, Cirque du Soleil, a veteran of Cirque du Soleil, is part of the Performance Center class. In any event, they took their picture at the Performance Center. And, of course, Mercedes Martinez, huge name that they got. She was there. Jake Atlas, young star off the indie scene.
Yeah, he's been wrestling here on the West Coast a while.
So that's great. And then they got, of course, they always have to have one super tall guy, at least once a year. One of the Performance Center guys is just massively tall.
Yeah.
And, in fact, they did get a massively tall guy.
Zachariah Smith.
7 feet tall, 310 pounds. He played college basketball for Morgan State University. He did also some professional stuff internationally. He also played for the Washington Generals, the best team. Of course, the Washington Generals. It's apropos. They were enhancement talent.
Yeah.
Perpetual enhancement talent.
Yeah.
For the Harlem Globetrotters. So that's good. And then
so far, all I can tell is that's the first match announced.
Okay, cool.
I haven't seen anything else.
And then, of course, let's see here. NFL former defensive tackle Anthony Francis.
Yes, and you mentioned this Cirque du Soleil performer, Sidney Bateman.
Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. Guy who do like all sorts of get-ups on ropes and weird stuff. That'd be cool.
Specialized in hoop diving, it says there.
Hoop diving. Got a hoop match going. I don't know. I wanted to shout this out really quick, too, because I'm anxious to watch it. But Chris Van Vliet,
yes,
a terrific interviewer, and, of course, one of the AEW interviewer guys as well, I believe. He has an interview up right now with Chris Benoit's son, David Benoit.
Yes.
Is it David Benoit?
I believe it's David,
Is it David Benoit? Is that who it is?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. And I have only seen like little bits and pieces of that.
Yes, David Benoit.
Okay, I've only seen a little bit. What's the younger son that got killed?
Oh, I don't know.
I forget his name.
Remember.
In any event, he has some very interesting things to say. I read some of the bits and pieces of it. He talks about when it's like a 48-minute interview. It's very interesting. He talks about, among other things, the conspiracy theories about that, which he said are all bunk. He talks about his ideas of whether or not he would like to wrestle and, what name he would use. Apparently he would say, hey, I wouldn't mind wrestling as Chris Benoit or Chris Benoit Jr. And he also talks about, what happened the day of when he found out about all that stuff and how long it took him to come to terms with what had happened. The kid is a dead ringer for his dad. I'm not sure how much wrestling experience he actually has, but I don't know. It's funny because it got out there and it made me think. A lot of people are talking about this interview and how they would feel about there being a Chris Benoit on the wrestling circuit. I'll be honest, from my standpoint, if he wanted to go out there and do that, I wouldn't have any problem with that. I'm smart enough to understand that it's not the guy who killed his family.
Yeah.
And so it seems like it's an interesting list, and I'm going to check that out later on today. I don't know. What do you think about all that?
Having not listened to the interview yet, well, it's interesting. He said he even talked to Our Lady Peace, the band who apparently did his father's theme about using their music. So, I'll check it out.
If he started wrestling under the name Chris Benoit, would that weird you out at all?
No, I know it's not.
Because it's not the guy, right?
Dad, yeah.
It's the big deal.
Yeah.
I get why some people would have a problem with it.
But he's not his father.
Right, exactly. He's not his dad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd be down for it if the guy was a decent wrestler. Catch that. It seems like it'd probably be a cool listen. Interesting stuff. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Our Raw review is available right now. We've got also bonus episodes over on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. Check that out. Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.